We can do this. You can ban chokeholds. You can, but beyond that, you have to teach people how to de-escalate circumstances. De-escalate. So instead of anybody coming at you, and the first thing you do is shoot to kill, you shoot them in the leg.
We have something called reasonable and necessary force, which states that deadly force should be met with deadly force. Exactly when is it reasonable to try and shoot somebody in the leg, Joe? When they're running at you with a knife? After they've already been shot, get back up, and are still trying to attack you, like we're about to see in the following videos? Or when they're shooting at you? Now, he doesn't really specify because he has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Let's move on.
You have to do more background checks in terms of whether or not the person coming in passes certain psychological test. And
Please
the last
clarify specifically, have you taken a cognitive test?
No, I haven't taken a test. Why the hell would I take a test? Come on, man. That's a stupid way to say it.
You know, Donald Trump was asked on...
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I probably best I
don't know what I was going to say.
Look, tomorrow's Superstar Tuesday, and I want to thank you all. I tell you what, I'm rushing ahead, aren't I? I would eliminate the capital gains tax. I would raise the capital gains tax. We choose unity over division. We choose science over fiction. We choose truth over facts. I commuted every single solitary day to Wilmington, Delaware, over 500 miles a day. 250 miles a day. All right, Chuck, thank you very much.
All right, it's Chris, but anyway.
I just did Chris. No, I just did Chuck. I tell you what, man, these are back to back. Anyway, I just can't figure the guy. I don't know, it's like watching a yo-yo. Logical test. And the last thing I'll say, and I'm sorry but it's really, I think, really, really important, is you have to be in a position where you are able to identify the things that have to change. And one of the things that has to change is so many cops get called into circumstances where somebody is mentally off.
Fucking, you remedial. What does that mean? Retarded.
Like what happened not long ago with that guy with the knife. That's why we have to provide within police departments psychologists and social workers to go out with the cops on those calls, some of those 911 calls, to de-escalate the circumstance, to deal with talking them down. But we can't, cops are kind of like school teachers.
Social workers do not have the training, knowledge, or equipment, or skills in order to handle violent suspects. That is the problem with that idea. Also, the fact that many times people cannot be de-escalated. We will always try, but under certain circumstances that opportunity is not available, or they've already made up their mind and their intention is to hurt somebody. There is no way to stop that at that point besides using force. That has been proven time after time after time. Every security training class I've ever taken, and any police use of force training video I've ever watched, or any police officer I've ever spoken to, has taken de-escalation training. The fact that they make it appear that de-escalation training does not exist within most departments is complete bullshit.
This is an example of what police face on the job, a training exercise that I got to experience firsthand.
So I don't know what any of this is.
Box training is where new recruits are approached from behind. They have a split second to react.
Okay, I'm just gonna need you to calm down. Okay.
And you're in the right position.
Should I spray? Okay, yeah. Sorry. Okay.
The next scenario wasn't so comical.
Put it to yourself, not her, and see what she does.
Drop the knife. Sorry.
You gonna hit me too? I already want to hurt myself.
I really froze.
Yeah, I know nothing to do.
Once we see knives in play, generally there's probably going to be firearm out.
Am I provoking him further if I go for a firearm?
That's a large debate.
Today's training brought up all sorts of questions about how police are trained to deal with people in crisis.
We don't want to hurt anybody.
Staff Sergeant Scott Murray is in charge of use of force training, which includes extensive work in de-escalation tactics and calls where mental illness might be a factor.
Where it's a critical incident, it's very tunnel vision. We're trying to get so the officer can get their thought process, their breathing down, to look at the whole picture.
I think they are probably the most progressive service.
Recruit Constable Joanna Chiro says it was Peel's mental health conscious curriculum that cemented her decision to switch careers and get into policing.
It has been the most incredible experience, and they're all here to help you be successful in the process.
All officers must renew their de-escalation training every year. The training itself evolves when new situations present themselves.
People have mental illness come in and they explain, okay, I have schizophrenia or I have something else. These are the things that I deal with. This is how I will react. This is how I may react when the police show up.
Hey, what are you going to tell him to do? He's dropping on the ground. What are you going to tell him to do?
Scott Gardner. The body cam shows the point when the shots are fired, and then the suspect continues to go after officers until he's cuffed.
For simple speeding.
Don't place your hands behind your back.
But when the troopers tried to arrest Clary on suspicion of driving while high, he resisted. Clary, shot with a taser, falls into a lane of traffic and writhes on the ground. In the struggle, Corporal Kelly's spare pistol somehow tumbles loose, secured by Seipel. For a few seconds, Corporal Kelly appears to be in control. But moments later, the troopers are punching and kicking, all but begging Clary to put his hands behind his back. Somehow he finds his feet again, grabs a pistol from his car, and opens fire before driving off.
Corporal Kelly, who applied his own tourniquet at the scene, was clinically dead at the hospital and spent 12 days in a coma. He is now recovering, though, and plans to return to work with Seipel. As for the driver, Clary, he was arrested at a hospital down the road, and Jeff, he now faces sentencing this month for attempted murder.
So after watching that video, I would hope you guys could understand why shooting somebody in the leg is just stupid. First of all, you're both moving, adrenaline's flowing, you have a way smaller target, a target that probably won't even do anything if you did hit it, let alone stop the threat. The fact is, it's stupid from every angle you look at it, and the social worker thing sounds good on the surface, but the problem with it is that they're not trained, they don't have experience dealing with these types of situations. There just wouldn't be any help out there on the field. They would be trying to talk somebody down who's already gone violent, isn't going to be able to be talked down. It's just not possible.
I watched that video twice now, it's unreal.
Oh. 37 headquarters, shots fired, shots fired. Oh, come on, come on. Back up, back up. 3137 headquarters. Come on, buddy, come on. Come on, buddy. What's your hand now? Show your hands! Give us your hands!
A 34-year-old man was shot multiple times in the face while driving in Chattanooga Monday, and despite the wounds, he managed to continue driving for a few more blocks before crashing into another vehicle. The shooting happened in broad daylight on Central Avenue. Derek Lee Thornton was rushed to the hospital and is listed in critical condition. He's the 20th shooting.